Hi, I'm Dietitian Ashley Koff.
And I'm Chef Colleen Covey, Director of Recipe Research and Development here at 360 Cookware.
Well, I am so excited to be here with you today, Colleen. First of all, you've been amazing just helping me learn about 360 Cookware.
Thank you.
When I first got the pans and discovered it, my first question was, what do I do with it? Do I have to like cook things differently? And you said, no, you can cook anything the way that you've been cooking. Don't worry about learning new recipes. You don't have to throw out your grandmother's recipes. You can do that. But you also introduced me to, it was my first exposure to vapor technology.
Vapor technology, that's right. This cookware gives you all that, and more. The vapor technology, which is what seals in your nutrients. You cook on low temperature, medium to low, and it's like having a little mini oven right there on your stovetop.
Well, I have been absolutely loving the results that I'm seeing, and as a dietitian, I love it because there are all sorts of things that we don't have to do, which result in energy savings, both from an environmental standpoint and also from a health standpoint. So I'm excited to talk about that and to share with all of you the advantages of 360 cookware. So let's get started. What recipes did you bring today?
Well, we're going to make a couple of things. We're going to make a beautiful vegetable medley.
Love it.
Yes.
Okay, what I'm loving here is I see all of these wonderful colors, and that's a trick that I use. I say it's a trick for kids, count how many colors you're having, but adults, we need to learn that too. I have to, even myself, I have to count how many colors I've had in the day.
Well, absolutely. It's so important. But this, we've got our beautiful fresh vegetables, and all I've done is add a tablespoon or two of water to the pan. You don't need a lot of water.
So that's fantastic, number one, from an eco standpoint. I know I'm here to talk about nutrition, but from an environmental standpoint, it's great that we don't have to add all this water, but the other thing is that we don't have all this water leaving at the end, which takes all of the nutrients away. So, and I guess we also, I know from firsthand experience, we also end up with not mushy vegetables, but crisp,
tender,
delicious,
crisp, just the way you want them.
Great, okay.
And vegetables tasting like vegetables.
Yeah, so can I get started with this one?
Yes.
Okay, so one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn on really quickly, even though I'm lighting it on high, I'm now going to go down to medium because, and this is something I had to learn and I make sure to remind people of, we start on medium, which is less energy used, but we're also doing it that way because this stainless steel is such a great conductor of energy. So we actually need a lower temperature.
The cladded metals, if you cook on high, you're just going to burn everything. You don't need that much energy under the cookware because the cookware itself provides it.
And then I've like nestled my lid in, which is uniquely designed here. So this is different. Some people have said to me, is vapor technology steaming? And it's not, because what we're doing here is we're locking this lid into the pan. So that's going to be how we create that vapor. Okay, so we're going to leave that there on medium. Couple of minutes,
and we're going to wait for steam to escape from under the lid. But we can get started on our delicious dinner, which is
wonderful
tilapia. And we've got tilapia with fresh spinach, corn, black beans, things that are really good. And we're going to make it all in one pan.
So one pan, you can make a meal for the entire family. It takes us a total of about 10 minutes.
Maybe.
We've got vegetables for tomorrow. You can use them in your eggs in the morning or, to have later on. And we can make all of this in about 10 minutes. So
absolutely.
That is time saving, which is another huge one for all of us. Okay, so let's get started.
All right, this one is just 16 ounces of fresh salsa. Now, lots of nutrients in salsa?
Wonderful nutrients. I see in there more colors. So I've got my tomato, I've got my onions. And remember, when we're picking out salsa at home, read the ingredient label. You don't want extra ingredients. There shouldn't be no artificial chemicals or colors or anything like that. But also, sometimes there can be a lot of salt or sugar. You don't need that. So make sure to choose a good quality brand.
Spinach.
Love it.
Baby spinach.
Green. So wonderful for you. Now, keep in mind, you've got fresh ingredients here. I absolutely love that, but I also love, from both a cost standpoint and from an eco-friendliness, you can absolutely use organic frozen. That is going to be super easy option. You don't always have to have the fresh available.
I do that with squash all the time.
Great.
Lots
and
of.
it doesn't make a difference in the pan in terms of what we were using, if I was using frozen or fresh.
Oh, no.
Great.
Oh, no.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so here we've got our spinach. We're going to add, this is 1 can, 10.5 ounces of black beans.
Yep.
And we're just going to sprinkle those.
One of nature's absolute best sources of carbohydrates. We're getting fiber, we're getting B vitamins. So what you're getting here is what I really like to call quality energy. Because remember, carbohydrates provide us that quick energy. So
absolutely.
Really important.
Next ingredient.
Crowd-pleasing corn. Everybody loves it, right? You can get it fresh, you can get it frozen, you can use the yellow corn, you can use
I've
white
prepared
corn.
this recipe both ways, with frozen, and this just happens to be fresh because it's in
Summertime,
season right now.
Great.
Summertime.
Okay.
All right, so we put the corn in.
And I like to teach people too that a portion size of your carbohydrates about the size of your fist. So remember, we're making 4 servings here. It could be for serving 4 people, or it could be for, I'm starting to hear the steam come. It could be for 4 people, or it could be that you make a serving for yourself for today and 3 for the week, and you've got that as a leftover.
This is only 3 ears of corn for 4 people.
Perfect. That's a great portion size.
And now our lovely tilapia.
Wonderful, healthy fish. Great. So with tilapia, actually, farm tilapia is extremely sustainable. It's a great choice. Again, with fish, you can buy frozen. I like to go online and sometimes get frozen sent to me, but you can get fresh, a bunch of different options. I even use canned wild salmon and have done it in a recipe at home. It was delicious.
That does sound good.
And what's great about that part is that, again, because of the vapor technology, the moisture comes in, so it ends up tasting not like it was from a can.
It's going to cook from the bottom, the sides, all around. It's 360.
Wonderful.
It's going to be cooking from...
Oh, I never knew why they called it 360, because it's all... Okay, that was actually really
You're
helpful
welcome for that light bulb moment.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
You know what? No salt.
This is fantastic.
No salt. We have great flavors here. What I have is a little smoked paprika.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, if you would like to do
spices,
the honors.
in my opinion, are one of the healthiest things that you can do, because as we do this right here, and I actually like a lot of spice, but as we do this, not only are you providing flavor, we know that, and adding it at this point so that the vapor, the 360, gets it in there. We're getting all of that spice so that when we put it and plate it, you don't need to add a lot of sauce. So that's going to save you calories. It's going to improve from a health standpoint. But the other thing, and I think a lot of people don't know this, spices like your rosemary, your paprika, even your limes in terms of fruits or herbs, lots of those things, they actually provide nutritional benefits. So things like paprika, it's a little bit spicy, so it helps the metabolism, it helps with digestion. They can be antimicrobial, so to help fight off bacteria.
Not to mention the zests on
Absolutely.
lemons and limes. They
so
had so much flavor and no
natural
fat.
flavor, right. No fat, no sugar, no salt.
So let's get this rolling. We're going to, again,
and even with fish, even with the beans and the corn, we don't have to go up to a high temperature.
Medium. We're on medium.
Great. Okay.
We're going to nest
I love this recipe. Oh, and you know what? I'm starting to see steam, so I don't want to miss this.
Spin.
So, okay.
Spin the lid.
Oh, I love. Okay, and wait. My favorite part is that I turn down the energy even more
to
low. And we're gonna wait about 2 minutes, right? I've got a little timer right here in case we need it. I know you're the chef, and I have to pay attention to the timer, but you probably know it by instinct. Okay, so we're gonna leave that, and I'm starting to see that steam, and we've just created that vapor seal, right?
The vapor seal is there. Yeah, you're going to see a little bit of steam escape, but that's perfectly
great. It means it's
perfectly
working.
normal.
Yeah.
It's still all those vapors are in there cooking from all sides.
I have to say, the one emotionally hard thing for me with cooking like this, and this is just being somebody who's not a seasoned chef like yourself, is that I do find not looking at my food is really difficult. But one of the things that I found that's been great is I go to 360cookware.com and I've gone to the recipes, and you guys have done just an awesome job of telling me. It literally has been, when it says 5 minutes, it's about 5 minutes, maybe 4.5. So I know that I don't have to pull off the lid and keep checking it and doing it that way.
And these pans also retain heat. So with this dish, once we get the vapor seal, we're going to cook it for maybe 2 minutes.
Okay.
Then it sits off heat. And because
that's where we're completing the cooking, right? Yeah. And again, because we're off the heat, that's energy saving for us, right?
And it's much more delicate on your food.
Great.
I mean, it's a much more delicate way of cooking.
So we have about 5 minutes here while this one steams, and this one we have about 2 minutes here. So let's take a moment. We could do our big cleanup and just literally rinse out the dishes.
It's your turn.
That's right. I guess I can handle dishes tonight. And we'll be back to see the finished results, right?
Sounds
Great.
good.
Okay. I think the vegetables are ready.
Yep, pull them off the heat.
Watched my 2 minutes. There we go. That was like about 8 minutes total or something. Oh, my goodness. Well, first of all, it's also like a facial, but this is great.
It's beautiful
That
vegetable.
looks incredible. I mean, that's so not school lunch vegetables.
Yeah, they're not drowned in liquid. They're not
Right.
mushy. They're tender crisp. They retain their nutrients.
Incredible.
They're tasty.
Yeah, well, I haven't gotten there yet. So I think we're seeing, we got to maybe give this a minute, right? Oh, no, there we go. Can I do it?
Give it a spin.
You sure?
Give it a
Okay.
spin. Do it.
Ooh, so exciting. And I got to turn down the...
Yep. Turn it down low.
There we go.
So now we're saving energy.
Okay.
And this fish only cooks for 2 minutes. So we get the steam escaping from under the lid, the vapor seal, cook it for 2 minutes, and then you pull it right off the heat, and the residual cooking will take place off the heat.
And I mean, it is so amazing to me, especially to be able to cook whether, and certainly with fish, but even especially meats like our grass-fed beef and bison and things like that, to be able to cook that at that low temperature, it means that you're really protecting all those healthy fatty acids. So there's a huge nutritional advantage to what we're doing here.
Absolutely.
So it's really fantastic.
Oh yeah, see that's going really nicely.
Yeah,
And that's
so
on
we
low.
want to wait about 2 minutes.
2 minutes, that's all we got.
Okay, well let's set the table.
Let's get some plates.
Okay, perfect.
So Ashley, what we've done is we have cooked the tilapia 2 minutes on low heat. We pulled it off the heat, let it cook for another 4 or 5 minutes, and we're just about ready
Oh, let me see.
for dinner. The big reveal. Da, da, da. Drum roll, please.
Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Is that not beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
Look how juicy and plump the fish is.
Well, I'm gonna look, but I'm also gonna test. Oh my gosh, it's like so flaky. You know, and I feel like in the past I've really I mean, I make fish a lot. You know, it's one of my health go-tos, and I just feel like it can be so hard to get this just moist fish. So moist and flaky.
And you know what, the flavors don't blend into one another either. The fish tastes like fish, the corn tastes like corn. All those nutrients and all the flavors locked in through the vapor technology. It's so delicious.
I just love it, and just having tasted it too, I mean, you really do get that moist fish, and I think for a lot of people who have preferred meat historically and are trying to incorporate more fish into their diet, they don't want to do so because they feel like, number one, they're intimidated to cook fish, or number two, it's going to be dry or, not enjoyable, or even the next day. So this to me is such a great opportunity to, using this particular type of cookware and the vapor technology to create this. I mean, I'm just in love with my 360 cookware because, yes, I've learned how to cook vapor technology, but I cook everything that I used to cook in other pans. So I literally have one pan, and I keep it out on my counter because it's so beautiful. So you can use this cookware to make your most traditional grandmother's recipe that she cooked in, a different type of a pan. And we have all of those recipes at 360cookware.com. Great. So you can go there and explore all of this wonderful cuisine and great cooking.
Absolutely. Ashley, thank you so much for coming into my kitchen today.
Thank you. It's so fun, and I learned a lot again. Thank you.